Bienvenue to my kitchen. Today, we're tackling a classic comfort food that everyone adores, lasagna. I know, it might seem a little intimidating with all the layers. But trust me, I'm going to break it down into super simple steps. By the end of this video, you'll be making lasagna like a pro. This recipe is hearty, cheesy, and absolutely packed with flavor. It's perfect for a family dinner, a get-together with friends, or even for meal prepping. So, roll up your sleeves and let's get cooking. First things first, let's gather our ingredients. You'll need lasagna, noodles, and you can use either the regular kind you have to boil or the no-boil ones to save some time. For our meaty, delicious red sauce, we'll need ground beef, a large onion, a few cloves of garlic, crushed tomatoes, tomato paste, and some essential Italian herbs like dried oregano and basil. Don't forget a little sugar to balance the acidity of the tomatoes. And for the creamy, cheesy part, the best part, right? We got cheese, mozzarella, parmesan, a cinq-leg, parsley. All right, let's start with our sauce. This is the heart and soul of the lasagna. Heat a little olive oil in a large pot or Dutch oven over medium-high heat. Add your chopped onion and cook until it's soft and translucent, about 5 minutes. Then mince your garlic and toss it in. Cook for another minute until it's fragrant. Be careful not to burn it. Now add the ground beef. Break it up with your spoon and cook until it's nicely browned. Make sure to drain off any excess fat. Once the beef is browned, it's time to build those deep, rich flavors. Stir in your tomato paste and cook it for a minute. This really deepens the tomato flavor. Then pour in the crushed tomatoes. Add your oregano, basil, a pinch of salt, a good crack of black pepper, and a teaspoon of sugar. Give everything a really good stir. Bring it to a simmer, then reduce the heat to low. Cover the pot and let it simmer for at least 30 minutes. An hour is even better if you have the time. The longer it simmers, the more the flavors will meld together. While our sauce is simmering away and making the whole house smell amazing, let's prepare the other components. If you're using regular lasagna noodles, now is the time to cook them according to the package directions. A little tip, cook them just until they're al dente, so they still have a bit of a bite, because they'll continue to cook in the oven. Once they're done, drain them and lay them flat on some parchment paper or a lightly oiled baking sheet to prevent them from sticking together. If you're using no-boil noodles, you can just skip this step entirely. Easy peasy. Next up, our creamy ricotta mixture. In a medium-sized bowl, combine the ricotta cheese, about half of your grated mozzarella. Most of your grated parmesan, save a little for the egg, and the chopped fresh parsley. The egg is our secret weapon here. It acts as a binder and helps the ricotta layer set up beautifully instead of being runny. Season it with a little salt and pepper and mix it all together until it's well combined. This creamy layer is what gives the lasagna that luscious texture we all love. Okay, sauce is simmered, noodles are ready, ricotta is mixed, it's assembly time. This is like building with food, and it's so satisfying. Grab a 9 by 13-inch baking dish. Start by spreading a thin layer of your meat sauce on the very bottom of the dish. This prevents the first layer of noodles from sticking and burning. Now, place a single layer of lasagna noodles on top of the sauce. Don't worry, if you have to overlap them slightly or break a few to make them fit. On top of the noodles, spread about 1/3 of your ricotta mixture. Use a spoon or a small spatula to spread it out into an even layer. Then, spoon about 1/3 of the remaining meat sauce over the ricotta. Finally, sprinkle a generous handful of mozzarella cheese over the sauce, and that's one layer done. See, not so bad. Now, we just repeat the process. Add another layer of noodles, another third of the ricotta mixture, another third of the meat sauce, and another sprinkle of mozzarella. For our final layer, place the last of the noodles on top. Spread the rest of the meat sauce all over, making sure to cover all the noodles right to the edges. This is important so the top noodles don't get dry and crispy. Now, for the grand finale, sprinkle the remaining mozzarella and Parmesan cheese all over the top. This is what's going to get all golden, bubbly, and irresistible in the oven. Your beautiful lasagna is now ready for the oven. Preheat your oven to 375 degrees Fahrenheit or 190 degrees Celsius. Cover the baking dish tightly with aluminum foil. This is a crucial step. It traps the steam and helps cook the noodles all the way through without drying out the top. Place the dish on a baking sheet just in case any of that delicious sauce bubbles over. It'll save you from cleaning your oven later. Bake it, covered, for about 45 minutes. After 45 minutes, carefully remove the aluminum foil. Be cautious of the hot steam. Now, put the lasagna back in the oven, uncovered, for another 15 minutes. This is when the magic happens. The cheese on top will melt completely, turn a beautiful golden brown, and get all bubbly and delicious around the edges. You'll know it's done when the sauce is bubbling and the top is perfectly browned. Now, for the hardest part of the entire recipe, waiting. Once you pull that magnificent, bubbling lasagna out of the oven, you have to let it rest. I know, it's torture. But you must let it sit for at least 15 to 20 minutes before you even think about cutting into it. This allows the layers to set, so when you cut a slice, you get a clean, beautiful piece instead of a sloppy pile of cheese and sauce. Trust me, it's worth the wait. And there you have it. A perfect homemade lasagna that will wow your family and friends. Look at those gorgeous layers. Serve it up with a simple green salad and some garlic bread for the ultimate comfort meal. This recipe is also fantastic for making ahead. You can assemble the whole thing, cover it, and keep it in the fridge for a day or two before baking. It's a lifesaver for busy weeknights or when you're hosting. Thanks so much for cooking along with me today. I hope you give this recipe a try. If you do, let me know how it turned out in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more delicious recipes. See you next time.